everybody, and welcome to Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. I am your host, Donnie C, and I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with us, going strong, keeping it solid, and by keeping it solid and being strong, I have support. My good friend Dave. Dave, welcome to the supporting team.
Hello, Don.
Hello.
I don't know how I feel about keeping you strong, but, you know.
I can't do it alone, Dave. I can't do it alone. And you're right there with me every time.
This is true.
And I think I got it now. I'm not sure which way I have to point. I don't know. I still don't know which way to point to get to you because it's mirrored. I think it's this way. I don't know for sure.
We're about 20 episodes in. You should figure it out by now.
I know. It's one of those things in life where you go, I should know this by now, and I just don't.
Right.
And we're in this long enough. Dave, point to me right now. Go. Yeah, you don't know either. You don't know. You're really hoping you got it. It's so sad. But we'll see how it goes. So,
yeah.
We'll see. But we want to thank all the people watching, all the shooters. I don't know if that's the name we're going with yet. I've heard some feedback. We've got a couple feedback. Some people have texted me. I don't know what we're going with, but if everybody has ideas, please write in the comments. Let us know what your ideas are, where you think your name should be, whether you're a shooter or I think one of them was Don's Mafia. I have a list. Hold on a second. Dave, play some music. Sing. Very good. Okay. Don's Mafia. Little C's. The Splitters, because you're into bowling and I dance and I do splits and you deal with bowling and hopefully you don't have a lot of splits, but it happens.
Wait. Little C's?
Little C's. I don't know. Shooters. The Crew. Oh, it's the Crew. How you doing? Listen, everybody, you're the Crew. Don't worry about it. You're in Donnie C's crew. I don't know. And then the other one was Double D's because of me and you. Who doesn't love Double D's? Oh! But, I don't know. Those are just some of the feedbacks we got so far. If you have some ideas, please, you can either write them in the comments, which I would love, or if you can, send them to Dave through email, shootingitstraight@gmail.com, with your questions, with your comments, with your concerns, with your willingness to want to come in and ask me questions directly, because we're working on doing that with some of our guests also. So, you want to come in? You want to ask me some questions directly? Let Dave know. Send him some questions. Say, I'd love to ask Don in person. You might be able to do it if we can set it up. But that's what's going on with us. That's what's going forward. And going forward, in not such great and exciting news, the submarine, Dave, that everybody's talking about.
Yes.
The Titan. And I will take that away and put this on. The Titan.
Yes.
Now, it is 22 feet long. It was 8 feet. I prepared for this one, Dave.
Wow.
It was 9 feet wide and 8 feet high. And 5 people sat in that freaking thing. Now.
Okay.
All I know is that's tight as fuck. And there was one window.
One window, one little bathroom. With
And a bunch of cameras. Now, from what I understand, and I don't know all the ins and outs, this is all hearsay from what I've found on the internet, which is all true. The window was rated for 4,000 feet down. The Titan went 12,000. Now, I'm not a mathematician, I'm not a genius, but I do know some things. And some of the things that I know is that is a lot more than 4,000. Okay. 3 times as much. Look at me go. Huh? I don't know if I would spend $250,000, give or take, whatever it was. It was about $250,000, I believe.
$250,000. That's what it was, yes.
To be in a closet with you guys, 4 other men, women, whoever, and drop down 12,000 feet to everybody to see out one window and the rest to be on screens, like computer screens or whatever else. I would just rather watch it from up on top of the water. That's me. Do you know how they communicated with each other, Dave?
It was Bluetooth, I believe.
They were texting each other.
Or texting, right.
They were texting each other.
Yes, there was no GPS.
No GPS.
It was
controlled communication. They were texting each other.
And it was basically moved with a video game controller.
Yes. Now,
Yes.
Dave, how many times have you been driving and you lost your signal? In a tunnel, in anything, and you said,
Right.
I'm in a tunnel. Okay, here, what?
Right.
You're 12,000 feet underwater, and you're gonna text each other and try and hope that the signal's strong enough to go through. What the fuck is the matter with you? That's one. Two, me and Dave are holding hands in this thing. Because this, you put your hand down, it's not that we're holding hands because we're scared or anything else. You put your hand down, you're touching the other man.
Yeah.
I'm going for your hand, Dave.
Yeah, well, I want to know, how did they, was there enough room to shift around to get to the one tiny window?
Rotating? Can you move, like, back to back? What the hell's going on? They put it together with all this makeshift stuff, except for the cabin pressure thing. Like, the owner, who was it? His name was, Stockton Rush, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so, yes.
He put all his money and made sure that everything with the compression chamber was good and set up to par. Everything else he said, well, you can play around with it.
Right, he bragged about all the miscellaneous shit that he put in this thing.
Bro! What the fuck?
Yeah.
And, on top of that, 4 other people were like, you know what? I think this is a good idea.
The thing is, too, is if you... And again, I am not an expert on this subject whatsoever, but from what I've heard about this, with the carbon fiber thing that it was built out of, the more it goes down and up and down and up, you're creating pressure on it. So it's kind of like it's
right. It's
getting smushed every time you go down there.
Every
so it's
single
losing
time.
So it's losing its
stability.
Stability. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Every time you go down.
Correct.
So you maybe after 2 or 3 times you should throw that fucker away and get another one.
Try again. I mean, you're only using parts from Home Depot for most of it anyway. You take out the compression part that you actually put your money into. Put it in a new one. Do through.
Right. I mean,
no, let's just keep going up and down and hope for the best.
They did have successful missions in the past. But
how many times you press your luck with the same fucking thing? It's a fucking... I mean, let's be honest. I've built some ramps in my day for my bike. Yeah. And after so many times, that piece of plywood that we all used when we were kids that went on that tire, because there was a tire, was a piece of plywood, and then to get this hole through over here, because you'd run into the plywood and it would do that, I would put newspapers over here to support it. Yeah. After so long, you get a new piece of plywood or you get new newspapers. And that's a fucking bike ramp I used on the streets. I wasn't going 12,000 feet below what... Let's go see the Titanic. No! And these people who were obviously all wealthy, I mean, you had a father and son, which is, this is all a shame. But it's a father and son. They were one of the wealthiest families in Pakistan. Yeah. They made a fortune.
And I think one of the guys that was in there saw the Titanic like, what, 9-10 times or whatever?
35 dives to the Titanic. Paul Henry Nargalego.
Nailed it.
Yeah, Paul, he went down 35 times. He's actually got world records for the longest dives, holding his breath and everything else, being the deepest and everything. Like, this guy is a nautical man. He went down 35 times. And then he thought this was a good idea. I just don't understand how, in what place do you go, you have to have some business sense, you have to be smart to make this money, some dumb luck, okay, obviously, dumb luck too. But, if all these people have this much money to do it, why would they agree to go into this makeshift thing to go see the Titanic? I don't understand. And it's not their fault. I don't blame them. I just don't understand. Even me I use the terms dumbass for lack of better terms, but it's not that I'm stupid or dumb, but I'm willing to risk a lot. I've always been a risk taker, and I'd like to push the envelope. That being said, I know the difference between pushing an envelope and being just stupid. Right. And to me, these people lost their lives and all their loved ones. I am so sorry for your loss. I really am. And it's a shame that this happened, but I just don't understand, where does the common sense go and go, nah, this thing seems fine. It's remoted by a game controller.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to rationalize, like like say with the space shuttle disaster that we had. Those were
In
trained
the 80s.
those were trained astronauts that were going out in outer space.
And
So
one
that was-
teacher. One teacher who was not a trained astronaut, but she took astronaut classes or something to that effect. I don't remember. I was young. I don't remember exactly what it
same
was,
here.
but it was... Right.
But so that was a complete disaster. You know what I mean? These are people just trying to look at something that's been at the bottom of the ocean for 100 and whatever, how many years?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So-
Since 1812, I think it was. 1821, 1812. I can't remember the numbers.
It was built in 19...
19,
it was,
I mean.
Yeah, it was built in 1909.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it's...
Remember I said I wasn't stupid? I take that back. 1912, I think it was.
Yeah, it was built in 1909. It sunk in 1912. It was found in 1985. And then that's when they started doing all the dives and shit. And
Right.
I think they had to put all these laws in effect, don't... Because
Right, you can't touch it. You
can't
can
touch
look,
it,
but you
you
can't
can't-
touch.
Right,
It's
you
sort of
can't
like
pull
a
shit out
go-go
of it and
dancer.
stuff. Yeah.
Right, it's a go-go dancer when you're at the go-go bars. You can look, but you can't touch.
Right. So, but these weren't trained divers. These were just...
Regular
these
people. Regular
Right.
rich people.
Right, that went down there. So, I mean, yes, I feel horrible, but this
Right.
is what they signed up for.
Right, exactly. They knew the risk, and one of them even joked about it, signing off on it.
Yeah, he's like, haha, death, okay, where do I sign?
Right, and unfortunately, that's how it ended.
Right.
Now, one of them, the guy who, my buddy Hamish Harding, who he went down. Oh, that's the guy who had the longest, deepest dive. I'm sorry, that wasn't Paul. It was Hamish.
Okay.
Now Hamish not only did that and ended up passing away from that because of the disaster, but he also jumped into this thingamabobber here, the Blue Origin. Now, we'll get into this in a second because that's my next thing. But here's my question: to go deep into space or deep in the ocean, to me, it's deep enough because it's a penis and a sperm.
Yeah. Oh my God. Is
So
that-
to go
that-
deep anywhere,
that
whether it's
more-
up or down,
that's
if you're
not
going deep,
that's not the Elon Musk rocket, is it?
yeah,
It is. That's,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
funny.
that's
Yeah.
Elon Musk. It's the penis and the sperm.
Yeah.
So deep in space, you take the
right.
penis. Deep
Right.
underwater, you take the sperm. Now, the guy did Hamish did both. He went up into space in this thing, and would you do it, Dave?
I
Would
wouldn't
you do either? Would you do either
wouldn't
one?
do either one of them. I'm not a thrill seeker. That's not me. My feet need to be on the fucking ground. I can't. I have a heart attack getting on a goddamn airplane. You think I'm going to go on this stupid thing?
Well, because for me, even with the disaster that happened in the '80s, I could see me going into. I could see myself going into this penis. No, I just don't. I don't understand. Like, I could see myself going into the spaceship and going up and out into outer space. I think it's more secure that way. And maybe I'm foolish, but I find it to be more secure to do it that way than to go deep under in the water.
And some of that logic could be because of airplanes, the success rate of
Right.
airplanes. We've kind of nailed that to a
Right.
degree.
Right,
Usually get from A to B. You know?
Yeah. So for me, I don't know, but I would prefer. Not that I would prefer, because I love the water and I love the.
So you would rather
sea
explode.
creatures.
You would rather explode than implode.
I think so. I got to imagine, and this is a horrible thing, but the explosion is instant.
They're both instant though. They don't.
But I think you're right, but here's my question. If it's imploding on you, and the pressure's building and it's starting to go.
It's instantaneous. Once that hole is
Right,
compromised,
once it's done, it's done.
You're
But
done. That thing-
do you think there's a second or so that you feel the pressure on either one first?
I don't think so. Like as you're going down, you might be like, "Hey, there's something wrong," and then you're done.
Right.
That's it. You know,
Okay.
you're not. There's
So yes, I would rather explode than implode.
that's the better way if you're going to go out in one of these that's the better way to go out than being down at the bottom, just floating around, fucking running out of oxygen.
I am also an electrician, and the theory of being blown up, as much as I hate to say it, is an actual, not every day, but when you're working, sometimes that is a fact that you can blow up. You can hurt yourself and get electrocuted or shocked or whatever else, and that's a possibility. So I think I'm more comfortable with the explosion part, because as an electrician, I've seen small explosions. I've had them go through me. I understand what that's like. Like, it sucks, but I think I would rather, and to me, to go out in a big bang like that is so much better than just being on the water and going.
With the fireworks with it too.
Yeah, exactly. Look at me. Like, to me, I think that would be a better way than imploding underwater.
Yeah.
And then just whatever.
And that's what they said. Like, it was either yesterday or today that they got the pieces out from the debris field. They pulled it out of the ocean, and there could be some human remains in there, but I can't see how there are human remains. But that's what they said, that there are. But
the only way that could be is if it imploded so badly that the metal wrapped around somebody or did something where the fish couldn't get to it.
Right. That's why I can't see how anything was left through that.
Yeah, I can't imagine, but even still. I mean, it's a shame regardless, but I just, you signed up for it, you went for it, and you just agreed to it and everything, and it just didn't make sense to me. I just didn't understand why you would sign up for that, knowing all the joking that did. And listen, I'm a jokester. Holy shit, if you know me, I fucking joke about everything, always.
Yeah. And
that's just who I am. And I'm not saying I haven't joked about taking risks and doing something, and I go, I'm ziplining, I hope it works.
Yeah.
I've said it.
Guilty. I did it. I survived.
I've done it.
God.
I was upside down shooting Spider-Man things with my wife in Hawaii and everything else. Yeah. We did helicopter rides with no doors on it. Like, I've jumped off of 50-foot cliffs. I've done it. Should I? Probably not.
Probably not.
But I'm still here. But to go in a submarine like that or into outer space on a Blue Origin or anything, it's just, I don't know if I trust all of that for public yet. That's like going up into space is NASA. They spend millions and billions and trillions and gazillions, like whatever numbers are higher than that, on all this crap.
Yeah. I would be
and then Mark comes in, not Mark, Elon goes, I can do this too.
Right. Me, I would sit there and go, okay, so this is the $250,000 ride. Do you have a $500,000 ride or a $750,000 ride?
Exactly. I'll pay the extra for the extra.
Exactly.
All right. So like it's almost like you buying your tickets, like we had the last show. Yeah. When you're buying your ticket, can I upgrade to more leg room in the Titan, please? Thank you.
To the more secure vehicle. Is that
I will pay extra for that, please.
That's what I would do. I mean, there is no way in hell. Well, first of all, if I had $250,000, I wouldn't be spending it on that. But
you would too.
That's neither here nor there. But there's no way doing the research and seeing that thing that it wasn't
right.
It wasn't registered. It wasn't up to whatever the hell it was.
Right, right. The safety standards weren't there.
Yeah.
There was no safety standards set up correctly, and it didn't go through all the testing and everything else. And unfortunately, people paid with their lives. And hopefully, going forward, they regulate all of this shit prior to regular people going, you want to test it? You built it? You want to test it? It's sort of like the Jekyll and Hyde thing. You're the scientist. You got a serum. You want to try it? Good luck.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned zip line. It's like going on a zip line where the harness is ripped or something.
Right.
Do you want to take that chance? Good luck.
Yeah, it's close. It's close. Don't worry about it. We're fine. I'll hold on to it real tight. I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
Bungee jumping with a bungee cord that's frayed. No.
No.
No, it's just stupid, and it was careless that these people had to pass away, and it's a shame. And part of it is human stupidity. Part of it is human ego, I think. Yeah. And I just think all around it was just a shame.
And I think the part of the problem is that they had the successful missions beforehand.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they kept building the arrogance and the confidence to keep going down there because they thought they were going to keep getting away with it, and unfortunately,
it didn't work.
It didn't work this time.
No.
So I really don't think now that this has happened, I highly doubt it's going to be highly regulated, I should say, for any future dives that go down there. So they're probably going to put a halt on this shit for a while.
Well, let's be honest. At this stage, let's say, Dave, you've got your $250,000 and you're a thrill seeker and you're an asshole. Mm-hmm. I figured I'd throw the last part in just for fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you were to see this happen and you were signed up for that, are you going to sign up for another one?
Oh, fuck
and
no.
if you do, wouldn't you check everything first?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I gotta be honest, in the future, the next group that goes down there, that's just gonna be on lock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be the safest ride down there.
Safest ride ever, $750,000, but it's gonna be safe as fuck. Everybody gets a window seat.
Yep.
It reclines. Oh, we're getting close. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be a totally different experience.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
It has to be.
And that's what the people are going to spend the money on.
Yep. And unfortunately, they took the deaths of these people to
But
push
isn't that always
direction.
how it goes? I'm in construction. Yes. We have to wear hard hats. Why? Because how many people didn't wear hard hats and their heads got crushed by something?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. It takes a tragedy to fix the regularities of safety. Mm-hmm. And this was the tragedy.
Yeah, big time.
There.
Big time.
Well, speaking of the penis in the air flying through the sky, Elon Musk is supposedly...
He's in the news.
He's in the news.
Uh-huh. He's always in the news.
That's good marketing.
Yeah.
That's great marketing.
Mm-hmm.
At some points, it's even from his ex. What was her name? What's the ex names? It's starts with a G. I can't remember her name.
I think you keep every time we bring up you do this. I think.
Do I?
You keep forgetting her name. Yeah.
I always forget her name. I can't remember her name. Elon's ex-girlfriend or ex-wife or whatever. They have a kid together and everything else. She turned herself into an elf. She got pointy ears and stuff like that. You're looking it up right now. I can't remember her name, but I know my producer's on it, taking care of it. And Grimes, I beat you.
yeah, Ari Grimes, yeah.
See? What's her name?
I think it's Ari Grimes.
Is it Ari? I don't know. I just know her as Grimes. First middle name, last name basis.
Yeah.
She goes by Grimes. I don't know. But she turned herself into an elf. She had some surgery done to point her ears and everything else. I don't understand what the fuck's going on with her. But she was also married to Elon, who's got social anxieties and stuff like that too. So, match made in heaven.
That is a thing. People are, not elves, but the people are changing
Fairies
themselves to look like aliens and shit, man. So,
yeah, that's great. Geniuses.
There's that.
I don't fucking understand. I don't understand. But him and Mark Zuckerberg, is it?
Zuckerberg, yeah.
Zuckerberg.
Tell
of the tapes, baby. They're going in. Possibly.
Possibly, yes.
Possibly. They're talking about UFC fighting, and the guy who runs UFC says it's going to be $1 billion. It's $100 for the rental. Yeah. It's going to be billions of dollars and everything else. Now, why are they going to fight? I don't know. Are they beefing?
No, they're not beefing. Somebody, it started on Twitter, where I think Elon said, I'll step in the ring with him, because I think Mark is fighting actually now. I think he's doing some low level shit,
Right.
And I think Elon said something like, "Oh, I'd get in a ring with you," and then that's all you needed.
It took,
and then it
blew up.
What's the word? Trended and all that shit.
Right.
And then Dana White said,
Let's
I'm going to cash in on this.
Yeah, of
bullshit.
course. I can make a fortune on this. I'm doing it.
Let's make it happen.
Who do you think would win a fight?
Well, first of all, I don't think Elon is that ripped, but
no, these are just pictures of their faces on different bodies. No,
right.
not at all. This is just something that somebody put on the internet or whatever that I uploaded real quick.
Now, all right, he's got the weight, he's got the height and the weight advantage,
right?
But he doesn't have. I don't think his. Just by listening to other people talk about this, I don't think he has as much experience in the ring that Mark does.
Right. Look at you, you're on a first-name basis with him?
Yeah, I'm on first-name basis, both of them. So.
I got Dave!
You got me. So I think that's going to be a problem unless they have time. Like, I don't know when they would do this, 6 months,
Right.
a year down the road. So he has time to properly train to make it an entertaining fight. But Dana's saying that, it could happen, man. There's a lot of shit that's going into it
Right.
in order to make it work. But
Now, do you think they're playing for fighting?
I think it's going to be
charity?
a charity event. Yeah, I don't think
And they get
fighting
like
for
some percentage or something or whatever?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Now,
I'm not saying it's an exhibition fight. I don't think it's going to be an exhibition fight.
Right.
However,
Right.
if there's any proceeds, that probably will go, to charity.
Elon, if Elon learns how to fight or knows how to fight a little bit and can train correctly, I mean, it says here he's got $236 billion or whatever it is. If he gets somebody to train him, he should win the fight.
He should win because he's got the height and the weight.
He's got the height, he's got the reach, he's got the weight, he's got everything. If Mark is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, he'll use some of Elon's weight against himself and everything else. But with that being said, once they're down on the ground, if Elon can use his weight to his advantage, the fight should be over. I can see Elon just with a couple of elbows to Mark right on the mat, and then the fight's over.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is my thoughts. I don't know because I don't see either one of them really fighting, and it's sad to say, but I don't know Mark on a first name basis. So I haven't seen him fight.
But
Whether
look
he
at what
can or
he's
can't.
Look at what he's specialized in, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which
So,
is take down to the ground and stuff like that.
Exactly. So if
But
it's
with that weight differential, though,
he could push him off.
If Elon learns a little bit of it, at least defensively,
Yeah.
it won't be as good for Mark.
Yeah. So if it's a stand-up fight,
Mark should not Mark.
no,
Elon
should win. If it's a stand-up, whatever.
Right. Boxing type.
If you want to say boxing
fight,
type
right.
match.
Right.
But if it's a ground and pound kind of thing, then Mark's probably going to win that.
Mark's
so it's
supposed to win,
depends.
unless
Right. He
with
should.
all his gazillions of billions of dollars, Elon just learns a little bit of groundwork.
Yeah.
Then it's a different game.
But they definitely, I mean, I'm not Dana White, but I can't see
You're
this.
not?
Nope, not Dana
Who
White.
am I doing this with? All this time.
I can't see him putting this as a main event. Like, it's a cool fight, but you can't put this as a main event on one of your
Oh, you totally
pay-per-views.
could.
You think so?
totally could. Yes.
But what if it's
What
a
you do
complete
is-
joke, though? You know
It's
what I mean?
going to be
Like,
a complete joke, but
Right.
it's
That's what you
drawing
wanna
the
go home
people.
to?
No, but that's what people are paying to see. So if you threw in a couple of fights that were long shots or crazy, like this person versus this person, it's just a crazy. Maybe this will, like, if it's even close and it's entertaining, that'll suffice for good fights. Getting to the main event, and then you get to the main event, and then it's
right.
what the fuck's happening here? What are these guys doing? Like,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I would put them, because I kind of compare it to wrestling, though. Like, you wouldn't put that before the main event where the heavyweights are going for the title.
So
and
you
stuff.
would
Like,
put the two of them before a heavyweight?
I would put this match probably the match before the finale, before the
It's
main
all about
event.
marketing.
Yeah.
It's all about marketing. Which fight do you want to see?
Well,
If you're paying $100, because these two are fight most I think they said it was like $80 or $85 for most fights, UFC fights.
right.
He said he's going to charge $100. Why is he charging $100? Because of those two guys.
Yeah, true.
So who's the main event? Those two guys. As much of a joke as it may be, those two guys are what people are paying to see. So you got to keep them last.
And you know what though? You keep them in the seats. Keep people in the seats and stuff. Keep people on the pay-per-view to watch it. Yeah. All right.
It's all marketing.
Yeah. I didn't think of that, because like if they put him earlier,
The
and
show's
that's the
over.
fight, the show's
show's
over.
over.
You're gonna lose eyes. So,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you put a couple of people in who are up and coming, who aren't great fights, but they're up and coming to draw people in. Like, you get people who are electrifying. Like if it was a wrestling match, you get people that are new, but still, like, when they come in, like, for you, obviously Stone Cold was a big one for you. When he came in, it was like,
Yeah.
like, you get somebody like that for UFC who gets people excited. And you do that for UFC because people who normally don't watch UFC might be watching that. You want those exciting people to draw those people in and go, that was actually kind of fun. I enjoyed that. That was a good fight. That was this. You don't want people just standing around sparring.
Yeah, try to keep them coming back for
yeah,
future
you want to keep
events and
repeat customers. This way you get, so you're going to put people on there that are going to draw a crowd or are entertaining. Might not be the best fighters, but they punch, they kick, they grapple, they do whatever they got to do to fight, and it keeps it interesting. It keeps the new people who haven't seen UFC before that finally rented it.
Mm-hmm.
I would rent that again. That was pretty cool.
I wonder if that would trend to anything, like, you know, depending on the success of it. Like, if it does happen.
Well, it's been going on for years. How many years have professional people tried boxing or that aren't professional boxers or stuff like there's been people that have done wrestling matches or boxing matches to...
Yeah, but they go into wrestling. Wrestling, I mean, I know that what they do is very athletic and you can get hurt from it, but...
Don't say it.
I'm not saying it's fake. No, I'm just saying it's... It's fake.
Oh my God, he said it. He said it. I do not agree with Dave. He can get all the hate mail and all of that nonsense.
So, me and you could walk into a WWE ring and have a match. You know what I'm saying?
I would kick your lily ass.
It's easier for us to do that than probably would. But I'm not stepping into the octagon. Fuck that. You know, that takes too... It's a little bit more into it, a little bit more training.
It's a different style of fighting. It's a different style of, you have to be a more well-rounded athlete or fighter. And
Right.
I'm not disagreeing. But we didn't have UFC back then. And what did people do? They went and they boxed as a charity event. Or they went and they wrestled as a charity event. Because that's what we had. Now...
Lips is here.
Now it's moved on where UFC... is taken away from boxing. It's taking away from wrestling. It's combining multiple genres of fighting and making it a bigger, better fight. So where would it go now? What's next? If you want to do a charity event, are you going to box somebody? Are you going to wrestle somebody? Or are you going to UFC somebody?
But I think this is the first time anything like this has happened in the UFC, right?
Right, but I mean, how long?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is this the start of something where it trends to the UFC?
I think so. I think that if this was, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you would have other people that we knew of that were celebrities that were,
you mentioned like Vince McMahon and I don't know. Back then, it was WCW and WWF.
WWE. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you had Vince McMahon and their guy, I forgot what his name was.
Well, I don't remember.
Have like a fucking UFC match.
Right. but that's what it is. I mean, they're combining genres now, like McGregor and Mayweather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They combine
True.
a boxer and a UFC.
Right.
Let's make a fortune. Now they're getting celebrities. Let's make a fortune.
Yeah.
It was once they started introducing boxers, once the Mayweather and McGregor thing started, that's when this whole thing started coming up where what else can we bring to the table? What else is there? And like we said, Elon is always in the news for something.
Yeah, one way or the other. Whether you like it or not, he's in the news.
So was this planned? Was this part of the thing that goes, hey, you know what we're going to do? In blah, 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 blah. We don't know the month or the date yet, but we'll have it set up where I'm going to say something, you rebuttal, we'll turn it into this whole thing, and both of us are in the news again. Both of us are, 6 months ago it was him talking about AI because he didn't want to do artificial intelligence.
So you think they reached out to each other like beforehand, before this thing even started?
I think it's a whole setup.
Let's do a Twitter beef or something like that.
Yeah. Because think about it. Not Mark, but outside of Mark being in court or talking about things and everything else, I see him on social media being questioned for things or discussing things and everything else. Outside of that, you never see him.
Nope.
Elon, he's got this flying penis.
He just bought Twitter.
Bought Twitter.
He had the
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, the electric cars.
The electric cars. And then now he's got this. Like, he's always wants to... And anybody who doesn't think that they plan this shit out a year in advance is out of their minds.
Yeah.
So I think at some point they said, you know what would be good? At this point, we see the market going like this, and it's going to plateau. How do we both get it back up here?
Yeah.
How? Get in the news.
Mm-hmm.
His cars are exploding. His flying penis was so-so. Artificial intelligence, which is his thing, he's trying to slow down.
Right.
We gotta get, like, it's been like,
Yeah.
we gotta bring something that's entertaining, and doesn't matter, nothing changes, it's all good publicity. We're fighting. And we'll put it to a charity, and we'll do this and do that, or whatever it is that they're gonna do, at which point everybody goes, okay, and they start talking about him again, just like we are. We're the assholes that are doing it.
Mm-hmm. And we'll pay $100.
Send it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they plan this shit out, and they're working together, and then they're gonna kick each other's ass, which is fine. And that's like, that fight could be 100% real. Like, listen, train, because I'm gonna come at you. No, fuck you. I'm gonna kick your ass. No, I'm gonna kick your ass.
It's gotta be a real fight. You can't really.
Yeah,
fake,
you can't
fake that kind of.
You can,
to a point, though.
On their level, you cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot fake it on their level because they're not trained enough to take a punch or to take an out. They're not. Listen, I'm not saying Mark can't take a hit because I don't know if he can or not. But if you punched him square in the face, he looks like he would crumble. I know he works out. But he doesn't look like a tough guy.
Right.
He doesn't. He looks like the typical guy who works on computers and talks in bio numbers, like the zeros and ones. And he's smarter than that. I'm just saying he's a genius. I mean, he's a gazillionaire too, and he's smart and everything else, and he's done great things for himself. But I wouldn't say he's a tough guy.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Well, I'll find out by listening. I'm not paying for it, but
well, it'll be streamed like 5 minutes later on something.
Right, exactly. So we'll find it.
He goes in there and he kicks the ever-living shit out of Elon. You gonna think he's a badass then?
I don't know if I would think he's a badass. I would just think that Elon's a puss. I mean, maybe the style of fighting, because it's funny, because I'll watch that fight. Like, I used to scrap when I was younger and stuff like that. I'm a fighter, and I'll watch the fights or whatever. Like, occasionally I'll watch a boxing match or I'll watch a UFC fight or whatever else. And as I'm watching it, I go, he's setting up for this. Like, and then like a minute later, he'll do what I saw. And my kids or my wife, how did you know this? I'm like, you can just tell the way he's planting and the way he's moving. Like, so I might be able to see him. Not that I'm a professional fighter, because I'm not. But I might be able to see, like, if he does certain stances, if he does certain moves, I'll be like, all right, he actually knows what he's doing.
Right.
Or it might be like, oh, he got fucking lucky, phantom fucking punch or whatever. Like,
they're gonna go in.
Yeah, stop it, no. Nothing in the face. There's no fish hooking, no eye gouging, no punching in the face. God damn it! Come on. So I don't know. I mean, that's my take on it. I think it's a publicity stunt. I think it's going to be entertaining to a certain aspect, and I hope they both learn how to fight real fucking good, and it's a good fight. But do I think so? I don't know.
If you're going to charge that, it's got to be if you're going to charge $100 a pop for this,
it has to be.
It better be. Work on it. If they're going to stage it, then they're going to have to. Because that's the thing. It's like you want a real fight, but you might have to stage a little bit to draw it out to get the drama with it. So
exactly. It's got to be something. There's got to be something there, and it's got to be entertaining. Otherwise, no good.
No good.
No good. So we'll see. Right. We'll see if it even happens. Who knows?
I'll go with the old guy. I think no, that's Elon will
Elon, going with the flying penis.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with him.
Elon, the flying penis.
Can you imagine?
That would be awesome. Let me be the commentator. Twitter this.
Holy shit.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Have you heard of the recent changes to coming for the Wheel of Fortune?
Wheel of Fortune! Yes, I have. I still miss the old style where you didn't win like all these prizes and nothing else. You had to go through the whatever fucking room they picked out.
And
they had price tags.
Yeah.
I'll take the TV. I'll take the skis. I'll take the printer.
Holy shit, dude! I totally forgot about that.
That was the beginning of it back in the day. I mean, I
Yeah.
think this show's been on. Holy shit! It's
Forever.
I forget how many seasons they said. He's 70 something. It was 41. So it's forever. Like
well,
you
Sajak
said.
was on. I think that he was on it for like 40 years.
Yeah, 40 years or
Himself.
so, 40 seasons.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, going back, that was for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a waste of time. But seeing the people's head in that little bubble up at the top of the
Yeah.
screen, like looking at all the different things and
You're
everything.
like, I would
else.
have took that. What are you doing?
Right, how did you pass that up? Right. But yeah, so now Seacrest, who does everything. I don't know. Listen, I work a lot.
Yeah, he's doing everything.
Seacrest is fucking ridiculous. Him and Steve Harvey. The two of them.
Steve
just,
Harvey's everywhere, dude.
Holy shit. Steve Harvey, Terry Crews, and freaking Seacrest.
I
don't know.
Terry Crews.
They don't have time for shit. Like, literally, I don't think they can go to the bathroom. Like, I don't think they have time for that. Their limos must have a toilet or something. Get from job to job to job to job. But yeah, so Seacrest is supposed to be taking over. Is it official? I know Pat's leaving. I'm on the first name basis with Pat.
I'm pretty sure from whatever, they're trying to work out the logistics. His contract,
Right.
they don't know what he's going to be making or anything like that. Okay. I don't know if it's a full-time gig. I don't know if they're going
Right.
to do the Jeopardy aspect. How do you not
Jeopardy.
have a host for Jeopardy? They keep rotating all these people in.
Yeah.
I that I don't understand.
The answer is we've got nothing.
Yeah.
What is the host for Jeopardy?
Yeah, exactly. So,
They got nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately, Trebek passed.
Right.
Which was tragic, but he's passed what? How many years
Listen,
ago? A year?
Not
two?
only did he pass, and it is tragic because he was great at what he did,
Mm-hmm.
but they knew it was coming. It wasn't like he had a heart attack and died instantly. And no, he was suffering for years.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting this off for years. In between takes, not doing well, and everything.
Yeah, he soldiered up, boy. At the end.
Yeah. Oh no, he did great. And I didn't watch a lot of Jeopardy, and every once in a while I would watch Jeopardy
Just to see how stupid you are.
Well, sometimes, but I actually answered some questions, which I was surprised. Like, if I got 10 questions, if I got 10 or so questions on Jeopardy, it was a good day. Like, I was like, all right. But I would watch it, and my son, my oldest, who's 27 now, I would answer the questions. He goes, there's no way. There's no way. He goes, it's got to be played in the morning, and you're watching it, and it's a rerun. Because there's no way you know this stuff. I go, Jake, sometimes I just know this stuff. Like, sometimes I know this stuff. He goes, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You're watching it, and it's a rerun. I go, it's not a rerun.
But that's the reason why I don't like. I see the allure to Jeopardy, but I don't watch it because it makes me feel stupid. So I'm like,
There's
I'm not
certain
watching
things like literature. I don't do a lot of reading and stuff like that, so I know I don't know a lot. Occasionally there'll be Edgar Allan Poe or something, like somebody who's like just ridiculously Walt Whitman or something, like something stupid that like most people know, and I know that one. Okay, because everybody knows that. But literature, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like stuff around the world, so. But I answer a lot of questions that you'd be surprised that I actually know some of this stuff, because I surprise myself sometimes because I don't think about it. I just answer, and I'm right. I'm like, holy shit, I don't know where I pulled that one out of. But with Pat Sajak was just, okay, Pat's been doing it for so long, and he wants out. Great, good for him. Ryan Seacrest? I don't know if I see Ryan Seacrest as a good host for that.
Yeah, because he's
Think about what Seacrest does. Seacrest does American Idol.
American Idol, that was it,
He
yeah.
does the radio shows. He does.
Doesn't he do the New Year's Eve thing?
He does
like
New Year's
on one of the
Eve.
channels?
The Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve things.
Mm-hmm.
He also did, and I don't know if he's still doing. I don't think he's doing it anymore. But he was doing Kelly and
the morning show.
Ryan.
Yeah, right,
He was
right,
doing
right.
the morning show with Kelly Ripa. Who,
Yeah, I don't think he's there
She's
anymore.
she's a cutie too.
Mm-hmm.
Except for her belly button. Have you ever seen her belly button?
Have not. No.
Everything's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ah, shit.
Okay.
She's known for that. Just saying. But I don't know if I see him as a Wheel of Fortune host. I'm not saying he's a bad host. He's a good host.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at radios. He's good at music. He's good at if it was the radio the Jeopardy music Jeopardy like your guy
Oh God, Jeff
the host.
Probst.
Jeff Probst. Jeff
Yeah.
Probst did the music Jeopardy and stuff like that. I could see Ryan Seacrest doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Wheel of Fortune, I don't see Ryan doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But then on top of that, Vanna White.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she lawyered up.
She lawyered up and everything else. She says she hasn't gotten a raise in almost 2 decades. Now, here's my question.
Shoot.
Whose fault is that?
I would assume that's her own. I don't know.
You haven't gotten a raise in 2 decades almost.
Right.
That's on you. And to be honest, I mean, it's not like... sorry, Vanna. I don't think it's that hard to work. As long as you don't trip and fall.
Mm-hmm.
Touching the screen. You're touching the screen. Oh, it lit up. I'll touch that screen. Like... And she has to talk to Pat every once in a while?
Ooh.
Like, that's her whole thing.
Yeah. But, allegedly, Pat was making $15 million. She was making $3 million to touch letters. Allegedly.
Okay, listen.
In New York.
She came on originally. She had to spin the letters.
Mm-hmm.
She was a model. To make that kind of money
she
as a
actually
model.
had to...
Yeah, she had to turn the letters. She had to know where the spelling of the letters were. They didn't light up and shit. She had to know. Now, they light up and she just... beep.
But I think she's working... smart, though. She's looking for a new contract. They got a new guy coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how much... So if they're paying him like $30 million, she's
Right,
going to be like, listen, yo, you got to pay me.
Right.
You know.
But here's my thing. If I'm the producers and executive producers and everything else, and I'm looking at the financial numbers, and I'm going, Vanna White wants $10 million of whatever she wants. I don't care what she wants. Are you telling me we can't get another model to dress in a nice dress and to touch a button, to touch a screen?
For the same price. My question would be when Bob Barker stopped doing The Price is Right and Drew Carey came in, did all the showcase girls and guys,
right?
Get a
raise,
get a lawyer. You know what I mean? Because Drew Carey was coming in. Like I don't remember that.
Did you ever dress up? You know what? I could see you dressing up as Drew Carey for Halloween.
I have never dressed up as Drew
You
Carey.
should do that.
I could pull it off.
You could pull that off.
Yeah, I could.
I could totally see that.
Are you trying to say I'm fat and stocky?
No, because he's skinny now.
Slimmed down. He slimmed down.
He slimmed down. So you're the slim version. But I'm just saying, if need be, you could have definitely been a Drew Carey.
I'll get a nice suit. I'll get the little microphone.
The long mic or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
Yeah.
I can see that. I don't see Vanna being able to negotiate really well. Again, age shouldn't be a factor. But it is only because with any job, as you reach a certain age and your salary's going up here, and somebody who does the same amount of work is willing to make this money, why would you pay this much? And yes, you have experience, but why would you pay this much for somebody right here who's going to gain the experience and then slowly come up, and then all of a sudden your overhead just dropped because you hired this guy and got rid of this guy?
Yeah. Who knows? She may just be looking. It may not even have anything to do with Ryan. It may be like, okay, I want one last contract.
Right. For
I don't know how many years.
3
Say
years,
5 years.
Whatever. Right. Yeah.
I want 5 years, $25 million.
Right.
And then that's it. I'll walk off after that. So because I only made this for the first. I gave you a discount for the first 20 years or whatever.
Right.
I've been here.
And now I want to get paid.
Now I want to get paid.
Bitch better have my money.
Yes, exactly. So I think that might be the play. It may not have anything to do with it. We'll find out.
I don't know. I just think it's dangerous that Vanna trying to pull it off right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. That's me. That's my take. But I don't know. What the hell do I know? I know nothing. That's why I do this show.
That's why you do the show.
And if you want to join into the show and entertain us, hit us up with your questions. Shooting it straight. WDC@gmail.com. Boop. Hit us up with your questions. If you want to come on and ask us, might happen. You might be able to do it. We're talking about our live show still. We're still working on that, trying to figure out how to get that going and get that whole party started up. Mm-hmm. And then also hit the like button, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, tell somebody. So we have 77 subscribers right now while we're taping this. This is coming out in a week, so it might change, but we're still under 80. I love all of you. I love all my shooters. Mm-hmm. I want more. Can we have more?
I'm greedy.
Send the love out. Tell your coworkers. This way you don't get in trouble. Tell them they might like it, they might not like it, I might say something wrong. But
yeah,
tell somebody, tell a friend. Have them check us out. Subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell for notifications. We got special episodes, bonus episodes, and everything else going. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on the show now. So Shooting It Straight with Donnie C is a lot more than what it was 3 months ago.
When we first started, yep.
So let's go. Let's keep it going. And I want to thank all of our original shooters and everybody else who's following us and listening to us. We do appreciate you, and we do love all the support, and we love the feedback. So write in the comments. And until next week, everybody, peace out. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.